In this video, I'll share how I simplified my life by quitting 5 things that are so normalized in today's society. Modern life can be quite overwhelming. We are constantly pulled in a million directions by instant notifications, endless entertainment, and countless products. This chaos and clutter create so much complexity, leaving us feeling stressed, anxious, and completely exhausted by the end of the day. Over the years, I've let go of so many things to free up my time and energy for what truly matters. The people I love, the things I enjoy, and the experiences that enrich my life. I completely transformed the way I spend my free time. I quit mindless, passive habits that don't serve my goals and embraced mindful, active hobbies that bring fun and fulfillment to my life. If you want to create an intentional, purposeful, and balanced life, then this video is for you. Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mari. I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur. In this channel, I talk about personal development in a very practical way to help you create a real change in your life. Make sure to subscribe for more videos on mastering all areas of your life. Today I'll share things that I simply quit to simplify my life. This video is an opportunity for you to take a step back and get perspective on your habits. My goal is to encourage you to be more intentional about the way you spend your time and energy. It's time to stop normalizing having to do something because everybody does it. Your time and energy are your most precious resources. It's time for you to intentionally choose what you want to spend them on. Keep the things that bring value to your life and quit the ones that don't. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Without further ado, let's get into the things I quit to simplify my life. The number one thing I quit to simplify my life was the news. And that includes keeping up with the news, celebrities, and trends. Have you heard that saying, ignorance is bliss? I don't know what's going on in the world, and it feels good. I would say that 90% of everything that's on the news is totally irrelevant to me. And if you take the 10% that may be somewhat relevant to me, it's kind of the case that there isn't anything I can do about that. What do I get for knowing that 10% that may be somewhat relevant to me? There are much better ways for me to spend my time and energy, and that's why I choose to simply quit the news. The second thing I quit to simplify my life is overspending. Buying stuff you don't necessarily need is bringing so much complexity to your life. It's not only about the money that you spend on that thing, but also now you have something you need to create a space for in your life. You need to have a space for it in your home, you need to clean it, you need to care for it, you need to organize it. That creates so much complexity. I know we all tend to underestimate the impact of having things in your life. Over the past 10 years, I have moved from one country to another a couple of times. And I can tell you, I became so much more conscious of everything that I own. My motto now is less but better. I am very intentional about all the things that I bring to my life. I only buy things that I genuinely need, and I'm very clear on their purpose. Having less things simplified my life in so many ways. Getting dressed in the morning is super simple when you have a capsule wardrobe where all the pieces fit you, you like their style, and you know how to actually put them together to create different outfits. I feel like subconsciously before I was buying things to impress other people. I came across this quote which says, "Buying things to look rich is keeping you poor." And that really flipped the switch for me. Now I think about how good my money looks in my bank account rather than in my wardrobe. The third thing that I quit to simplify my life is scrolling, especially dumb scrolling. I actually quit social media altogether a couple of years ago, and I just went back into it because I started to create content. And if I wasn't creating content, I probably wouldn't be on social media. And this falls under the same reason why I don't consume the news, because I believe there are so many other better ways for me to spend my time and energy. The only form of digital content I would consume is probably long-form YouTube videos. To be honest, long-form YouTube videos are the only forms of content that I get real value from. I have learned so many valuable things on YouTube, and I am so grateful for all the content creators that shared that information with me. I can 100% say that I wouldn't be in the same place professionally, financially, mentally if it wasn't for YouTube. However, all the other social media platforms, I feel like you need to be really intentional about the people you follow and about the way that you use the app. What I personally found is that using social media apps in a productive way is way more difficult and requires so much emotional control than not using them at all. Honestly, quitting social media freed up so much mental space. So if you feel like your mind has been going in 100 different directions at any time, I definitely recommend trying social media detox. The number 4 thing I quit to simplify my life was alcohol. I personally find that drinking alcohol has an overall negative effect. I evaluate drinking alcohol considering the 3 main areas of life: my health, my wealth, and my relationships. From a health and wealth perspective, it is negative because I'll be spending my money on something that negatively affects my health. When I look at it from a relationship side of things, it gets really interesting because sometimes I used to feel socially awkward about not drinking. People would ask me, why are you not drinking, or why don't you drink? And what I personally find is that if I need to consume alcohol to be accepted by a certain group of people, they're not my people. A common misconception that people have is that they need to drink to feel more relaxed, more playful, and have more fun. What I did was to challenge myself to get in that emotional stage without alcohol. Whenever I find myself in a social situation where people are drinking to have fun and all that, I intentionally try to put myself in that great emotional space without drinking. And let me tell you, that works really well. And the number 5 thing I quit to simplify my life is TV. I rarely watch TV series and movies. I went from being someone who used to keep up with 7 TV series at one time to watching none. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies or anything more interesting I could do with my time, so I defaulted to watching TV. I used to watch a lot of TV series because I wanted to learn English, so it served a purpose in my life at that time. But then I moved to Ireland, and if I wanted to practice English, the best way was for me to just talk to people in real life. I generally find that there are so many other more interesting things that I could be doing with my time other than watching TV, that I rarely find myself actually watching TV. So I encourage you to write down all the different hobbies you would like to pursue and things you're interested in, and maybe activities you'd like to have more time for. Every time you feel compelled to sitting in front of the TV and spending way too many hours sitting there, bring out that list and ask yourself, would I rather do any of these activities than watch TV? And if you still decide to watch TV, at least it is a more intentional choice, and chances are you will enjoy it a lot more. That's it for today's video. Quitting these things is going to give you back the time and energy you want to prioritize yourself. I promise you that applying these tips is going to free up so much time in your calendar and space in your mind, allowing you to dedicate it to the things that matter most to you. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you will love watching this one next. I hope to see you there. Bye!